Good evening. My name is Adam Russick-Sobel, and I am the founder and CEO of Education Walkthrough. Back in 2019, I had this realization that the number one problem or challenge around student success is the teacher. Teachers need support to help them become great teachers. We started Education Walkthrough to help school leaders train teachers to become to become great teachers. And the goal is really to fix the feedback loop that drives teacher growth. Okay. So there's a number one universal truth about education, about learning any new skill that everyone probably already knows. And this is the core reason of how Education Walkthrough got started. So we know that consistent feedback leads to teachers becoming better teachers, and better teachers equal better students. But teachers need support to grow. They need great instructional leaders to teach them. They need those leaders to show up for them and to support them and to help them. And if we can do that, then we can build great students. So back in 2019, a friend of mine who's a principal gave me a phone call in a late evening, and he was stressed and he was worried and he was upset, and he knew that I had started a company before and I knew how to code products before, and he said that, Adam, I'm drowning in paperwork. He explained that he used to be a teacher and he loved to be in the classroom and to teach his teachers and to coach his teachers, but he just didn't have the time to do it. He couldn't make it work. The processes that he was doing kind of broke down into these three main things. Number one was that he was using paper to do these observations. So we'd go into a classroom, do an observation, kind of take notes in the back of the room, take that piece of paper, go back to his office, scan the feedback into the computer, summarize it, and then email it to the teacher. Sometimes that happened very quickly. Other times it took days or sometimes weeks, and sometimes he even forgot to do it. All while that teacher was sitting and waiting for the feedback to grow. The second problem that he shared was that him and his assistant principal were doing two different things, two different processes for collecting that feedback. They didn't have a shared process or a shared standard system. So when they would go into the classroom, they were looking at totally different things, and they were sharing feedback differently with teachers. That led to inconsistent feedback and low quality of feedback. And the third thing was that there was no unified platform, no unified way to look at the data. So if he was looking to figure out where do my teachers need the most support, there was no way to identify those areas where then he could look at it and say, these are the areas and this is how I'm going to schedule professional development or give them support so that they can improve. I thought this was crazy in 2019 because everyone has a phone in their pocket, analytics exists, like this is a crazy thing. So I started looking into the problem. And what I learned was that he wasn't alone. This problem, these three things, are causing a national crisis. This feedback loop is broken. Today, over 70% of principals say they don't have time for coaching. And arguably, coaching is the most important job of that principal. This results in 20% of teachers receive meaningful feedback throughout the year. Again, that's crazy. All of this leads to 1 in 5 professionals leaving the teaching profession in 3 years. All citing a lack of support from their principals. Despite all of that, billions are being spent every single year on professional development. So we're missing something here. There's some problem that's going on. This is affecting over 130,000 schools across the US and over 3 million teachers nationwide that are having this exact problem. And today there's really no simple unified platform that solves for this instructional coaching and the feedback mechanism. All of that is why we built Education Walkthrough. Education Walkthrough takes the 2-week paper-intensive process and turns it into a 10-minute observation process. Today, the way that it works is that principals can download the app on their phone or on a tablet. They can go into a classroom, and they can observe the teacher. They can document their instruction on a rubric that is aligned to their school goals or to that teacher's goals. They can document and take photos and videos and add comments. And then right when they leave the classroom, they can click submit. When they do that, the teacher then receives an email directly to their inbox with a summary of what they saw in that classroom, with some AI-generated or kind of AI summaries of actionable feedback and glows and grows. And what we've learned from our teachers that receive this is that they love seeing this between class periods, because then they can look at that and adjust for the next class period. So it leads to immediate action. And then the last part is the data. So once these principals are going into the classroom and doing these observations, they can then go back and look at all of this data and figure out where do my teachers need support and spot those insights, see where there's alignment gaps and what instruction's supposed to be and what it's at, and then align coaching opportunities to support them. Today, we've been growing through a bottoms-up engine, a growth engine. This is different from traditional ed tech software tools that you've probably heard about. The way that we've engineered this process is that what we learned early on is that principals are already looking to solve this problem. They know that paper isn't the solution and that there should be a better way. They tell us all the time that there's got to be a better way, and we've seen that insight. So we focused on building our web presence and our app store presence. So today we support about 30,000 organic visits every month that are coming to our website. So we have people that are coming in looking for the solution, so that's number one. The second is that we've engineered the trial period. We have a free trial period. They can do a free trial, and then they get to an aha moment, which is when they get to do a walkthrough and see that it actually works, and they can see that this actually could solve their problem. And then after that, principals start talking to each other. They see that it works, and they like to be thought leaders in their space. They tell everyone else in their district and their region about it, and then the district superintendent starts to call us. We saw this last month with a district in Florida that we've been working with, a high school that started working with us this summer. They started working with us this summer, and they've expanded now to 100 schools, an opportunity for 100 schools with the 11th largest district in Florida, based on just one principal using it and finding us. And it's not just that principle. This has been working for the past few years. And here's the proof. So with no money spent on marketing, we've had all organic growth, and we're today supporting over 500 school districts and 4,000 schools. And this has resulted into supporting 40,000 educators, and over 70,000 walkthroughs have been completed on our platform. We've also been trusted by major districts across the US and around the world, including the Metro Nashville Public Schools, the American Hong Kong schools in Hong Kong, and then some schools around Chicago as well. We have a simple, scalable pricing model. It's based on the user. So we have an individual plan for small districts, we have a school plan for school leadership teams, and then a district plan for district leaders across that district. Typically, a school pays about $1,200 for the year. They usually have about four users that are using the tool. The secret to the entire system of how we've been able to scale and the pricing is due to intentionally pricing underneath the value of the software. So we're pricing the tool underneath the discretionary budget so that principals don't have to go through fancy or expensive or long RFP processes. So they can just buy the product with their credit card. If they like it, then they can expand, and then the district can purchase later on. Observation tools have been around for a long time. We did not invent the observation tool. It's been around, but they've been stuck. A lot of them are 10 plus years old. They look like old EMR systems. They're legacy. They only work on a desktop, not on a mobile application, and they have no analytics, which leads again to very challenging environments. If people aren't using the legacy systems, then they're using paper and pencil, which is arguably worse. And then on the other side is our tool that is mobile first, leveraging AI and providing real-time actionable feedback that teachers can use and actually improve their practice. The opportunity is now to actually take this and move it to the next level. There is a significant crisis happening in the coaching and the retention crisis around supporting teachers. And districts are over and over again needing to show that those PD dollars are making an impact on actual instruction and actual learning. Our vision is to take this product at the first level that we've already done and proven it out, where we developed this platform to do walkthroughs and instant feedback, to solve that problem of getting feedback back to the teacher faster. The second step has been to build those dashboards to support schools and district leaders to understand the visibility, what's happening, and understanding how to plan for PD. And then the third that we're trying to get to now is to build the intelligence layer on top of all of that, adding the AI to support with PD recommendations for more personalized coaching and additional analysis and plans to support those districts. So as I've mentioned, the problem is real. This happens every single day for thousands, if not millions, of teachers. The pain is very painful as principals are going to look for this same problem every single day. And our solution already is working. Our ask today of what we're looking for is to raise $25,000 to support our AI intelligence layer and to scale our infrastructure to support the next 5,000 schools that are coming to work with us. The places that you can help is in these areas, as well as supporting us to connect us with other principals and other superintendents who are facing these exact challenges on a daily basis. So I ask, will you help us to close this feedback loop and improve teaching and learning for all students and all educators? Thank you.